What is good, YT? It's your boy, and we are back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about a really tough subject, guys. We're going to be talking about Canelo and DAZN's beef these past couple weeks, guys. This is a little bit tough and a little bit tricky to tackle because, how do I say this? In my family, I'm known to be a Canelo hater, guys. So I'm going to try not to be biased. I'm going to look at this from every point of view. So we're going to talk about his beef with DAZN, some contract conflicts, and some fighting conflicts, guys. So let's go right into it. We're going to start off by with David Benavidez. David Benavidez was a super middleweight WBC champion, guys. If you guys didn't know, he missed weight by like 2.5 pounds, I believe. I'm going to go off just my knowledge, guys, off this, and then get some feedback right here, guys. So he didn't lose his belt. He won his last fight, but he didn't win the belt because they stripped him. So he loses his belt, but ever since Benavidez had the belt, Canelo never challenged him. I'm gonna say that. So Benavidez loses the belt, and a week later, Canelo puts his name in the hat to fight for the super middleweight belt. So everyone is speculating that he's a cherry picker because he wants a fight for the super middleweight belt against AVNI YILDIRIM. I don't know this guy. I heard he's a Turkish fighter. I looked up his boxing rec. Let me pull it up for you guys real quick. My guy is 21-2. He's a Turkish pro boxer, and I don't know nothing about him. All I know is that he fought Chris Eubank Jr., and he lost. He got stopped in the third round. So this is why this is stirring up controversy, guys. Everyone's saying it's a cherry pick at its finest. Canelo's ducking and dodging everyone in the division, or, multiple divisions. He's not fighting anyone, yada, 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 yada. But there's more to it, to the story, guys. Like I said, for me, it's a push move to fight this guy. But looking into it further, I can see Canelo's point on this, guys. But look, follow me. Before I lose you guys, follow me on this real quick. So, DAZN has a contract with Canelo, but they're not willing to pay him $40 million in his next fight, which is what his contract says. His contract states that he would be paid $40 million and a package deal. But they're not willing to pay him for a top contender. They would only pay $40 million if he takes a third fight with Triple G, guys. So if he doesn't take that third fight with Triple G, they're telling him to take a pay cut. Even for Callum Smith, someone on that caliber, even for Billy Joe Saunders, they want him to take a pay cut. Follow me with this. Follow me, okay? I don't want to lose you guys. They're trying to restructure his contract for him to lose some money in his next fight. So Canelo's saying, okay, you guys don't want to pay for a top contender. I want to put my name out there for that super middleweight belt against a nobody, which is smart because he would destroy this dude, man. It's not even a competition. He would win that belt. It would be like nothing. He'll win the belt, and he takes a pay cut, gets paid what DAZN wants him to pay for that fight, which I probably would say it's probably half or 25, 30 mil. They're just they want a pay cut on Canelo Alvarez. But if you have a big star like Canelo and you have a contract set, you gotta put it on pay-per-view, man. This stream bullshit doesn't work. If you're gonna stream, you gotta stream fights that aren't that good and then charge for the headliners, man. You just gotta do that, man. And that's why I respect UFC's partnership with ESPN Plus, because they give you free fights, free fight nights, but then when it comes down to the main event, you gotta pay for it, which is fair, man. That's how Canelo makes money, guys. He sells a lot with pay-per-view. So DAZN, by not putting them on a pay-per-view, are pretty much doing hurt to themselves because they're just not making that money. So now that they're trying to stream a Canelo fight, they're going to lose money because people are going to tune in, but people already have that membership, that subscription. You know what I'm saying? To stream that fight, it's not even worth streaming. So I understand DAZN's point into why they don't want that fight. But If you want him to fight a contender, you gotta pay him the $40 million. Why not? If he's gonna fight a Callum, why not pay him the $40 million? He's worth that. Why not pay him $40 million to fight Chris Eubank Jr.? He's worth that. Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, all these fights, they're worth the $40 million, but DAZN's not willing to pay that. So why would he take those fights at a pay cut? I wouldn't. If I was Canelo, I'd be like, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna take no pay cut to fight these guys, because I know I could beat these guys. I don't think Canelo loses to any of these guys, to be honest. I do believe they're tough tests for Canelo. I do think it brings out the best of Canelo Alvarez, but I don't think he loses those fight guys against Chris Eubank Jr., against Billy Joe Saunders, against a Callum Smith. I don't believe Canelo loses those fights. But I'm not going to take those fights at a pay cut, which DAZN is putting their foot down on the AVNI YILDIRIM fight, which I respect. I think that is a cherry pick. I think that is a puss move by Canelo's part. But if you're going to give me a pay cut, I'm going to fight this guy on a pay cut. I'm not going to fight a top contender at a pay cut. I want to make the most money. So if I'm going to fight a top contender, I'm going to be fighting him at my full contract money. That's some bullshit that DAZN doesn't want to pay for a top contender. The only fight they're willing to pay for is a Triple G trilogy. Really, DAZN? Get your money right, guys. You gotta, scared money don't make money. You gotta risk it to get the biscuit. So if you're gonna not pay your top boxer what he's worth, then I understand why Canelo would go to AVNI YILDIRIM fight. I would have done that too. Like, fuck out of here with Billy Joe Saunders thinks. Fuck out of here with Chris Eubank Jr. thinks. Fuck out of here with Callum Smith. I'm going to take a pay cut and I'm going to fight the opponent I want to fight as a warm-up and then fight you guys later. Because I'm 100% sure Canelo knows he could beat all these guys. It's just, I'm not going to do it at a pay cut. That's my point on that. So we're going to go ahead and dive in. Give you some tweets from Billy Joe Saunders, from Chris Eubank Jr., and from Callum Smith. So let's just dive into it, guys, and go from there. So first we're going to go on Billy Joe Saunders' Twitter account, and this was posted August 18th. It says, I didn't see Canelo wanting the WBC when Benavidez had it a week ago. At WBC cherry picker. That's true. When Benavidez had it, he didn't show interest in it because Benavidez is an actual threat. I still believe Benavidez is young for Canelo. I think he needs a couple more fights under his belt. And right now, he's at a setback. He needs to find an opponent and get back into the rankings of the 168 division. Because as far as I know, let me double check, he's not in the rankings anymore, so he's kind of mad about that. Yeah, so he wants to be re-ranked at the 168 division, which is fair, man. I do believe he should get another chance. He's a young kid, missed weight by only 2 pounds. Really, bro? Come on. He's a champ nonetheless, but Canelo didn't want to pursue that fight because it's a dangerous fight, guys. So understand that if he pursued that fight, DAZN wasn't going to pay that $40 million for a David Benavidez fight. They wouldn't have even been close to that. They probably would have offered him 30 at a pay cut again. So why fight a threat at a pay cut? Risk to lose everything for a pay cut fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's threatening to leave the PBC with Showtime, and they're going to fight under a pay-per-view because that's where Canelo makes the most money. DAZN doesn't understand that. They're retarded. That's where Canelo makes most of his money, and he should be fighting on pay-per-view. I'm sorry, he shouldn't be streamed, guys. That's my opinion. So, Billy Joe Saunders said that, and then Chris Eubank Jr. tweets out on the same day, Canelo is fighting Yildirim for the WBC super middleweight belt. Aside from being a bad fight, he is still holding the WBA middleweight, holding that back. So he's still holding the WBA middleweight title while currently having a super and light heavyweight belts. My last fight was for a WBA interim belt, but it should have been for the full. #politics. Chris Eubank Jr. has a point. He's been holding up the belts. He hasn't fought in, I don't even know how long. It's been like probably a year. No, when was the last time he fought against Kovalev? That was like 8 months ago or some shit like that. So he's been holding up the belts, man. Chris Eubank Jr. is a great fight for Canelo. Billy Joe Saunders is a great fight for Canelo. And Callum Smith. These are all the 3 rumored fights for Canelo. And he decided to go with the AVNI Yildirim fight, which is cherry picking at his finest. But if I'm taking a pay cut, I wouldn't give a shit about what these guys had to say. To be honest, if I'm Canelo, I'm the face of boxing. I don't give a fuck who I fight next. But if I'm fighting at a pay cut, I'm going to take the easiest fight. Fuck out of here with the rest of the people think. Fuck out of here with the fans want to see and what they think about me. Because if y'all ain't going to pay me my money, best believe I ain't going to fight no contender. Fuck out of here. I'll just wait till all this COVID bullshit blows over and take a fight against these guys that I know I could beat. Because I do believe Canelo beats these guys. I don't think he's scared of these guys. I just don't think he wants to fight them at a pay cut. And if he does go to PBC, that would be nasty, because they would have the face of boxing and a lot of lists of good fighters on PBC and on Showtime, and they would make a lot of money, man, on pay-per-view. I know what I'm telling you. If DAZN loses their cash cow over 40 milli, they're done, because all they would have would be Anthony Joshua. Come on, guys. So let's go to a video that Callum Smith posted. This was a while ago. This was July 30th. Callum Smith urges Canelo to finalize the bout between the pair after he emerged as a frontrunner to face a Mexican superstar in September. Obviously, I don't think it's going to happen because the beef between DAZN and Canelo. But let's go ahead and watch this real quick, guys.
When training gets hard, you need that reason why to dig in, and deep down in my mind, am I going to get this fight? But I don't know, and it's hard to.
He's not going to get it.
Really dig in when it could be for nothing, but it is what it is. I've got to keep doing what I'm doing, and I've been here before, and that ends up with the fight. Hopefully I'm here, and I do end up with the fight this time, but I'm always in the gym, I'm always ticking over anyway, I'm always trying to improve, so hopefully this time it all pays off. But yeah, it's exciting and frustrating at the same time. It's hard to explain, but you know, I could be in a worse position.
A final word to Canelo?
Pick up the phone. Give me the option to get the fight done.
Pick up the phone, bum.
It's all these weeks and weeks of stupid negotiating away in my hands, and I want to fight him, and hopefully he wants to fight me.
Who doesn't want to fight him?
Big fight to Ring Magazine champion, so we'll see.
But see, I understand what Callum Smith is going through. I understand all that shit. But who doesn't want to fight Canelo, man? He's a cash cow. If Conor McGregor was in the sport, like he would say, this is the red panty night for all these clowns. So obviously he would fight Canelo for nothing. Chris Eubank would fight Canelo for nothing. And Billy Joe Saunders would fight Canelo for nothing. But Canelo won't fight these fighters for nothing. He wants to make his money. At the end of the day, Canelo wants his bread. And I understand where he's coming from. I'm not going to fucking fight a contender at a pay cut. And, dude, I'm the biggest Canelo hater. I think he's a douchebag. I don't like Canelo. I do believe he's a cherry picker. He always gets guys that dehydrate dehydrate too much, like it did with his last fight with Kovalev. Kovalev was not the same Kovalev that Andre Ward fought. I do believe if Andre Ward came out of retirement, he beats Canelo Alvarez. That's my opinion. I'm an Andre Ward fan. I'm a boxing fan, and I'm not a fan of Canelo. But in this situation, you guys gotta open your eyes. Yes, DAZN put their foot down for this AVNI Yildirim fight, but they only did that because they don't want him to fight him. They want him to fight a contender, but for the same amount that they would pay for an AVNI Yildirim fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair. Like, give Canelo his 40 mil like his contract states. Because if Canelo leaves to PBC, guys, I'm telling you, they're going to fucking kill it in PBC. Showtime will make Canelo money just running his fights off pay-per-view. I know what I'm telling y'all. That's my video, guys. That's my reaction, my breakdown and thoughts on the DAZN Canelo beef. I kind of didn't want to get into the numbers and into the actual beef like some other channels did. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts and the way I interpreted everything, guys. So that was my breakdown. Do I believe Canelo's scared of these contenders? No, I don't think so. I think Canelo could beat most of these guys. Do I feel like he cherry picks? Yes. He did cherry pick AVNI YILDIRIM. I do not want to watch that fight. That is a bullshit fight. Trust me on that. But if he's taking a pay cut, it makes sense. Get the belt, get the payday, the low payday, and then when all this blows over, then fight the contenders at my maximum amount of money that you guys are promising me. So, if he doesn't get his money, he's going to go to pay-per-view over to PBC and get his money. And hopefully they don't do the AVNI YILDIRIM fight over there. Hopefully they could get someone else if they're going to do a pay-per-view. If that's the case, if he does go to PBC, hopefully he gets a good contender and then he makes money and it goes on from there. But I do not agree with the AVNI YILDIRIM fight. Canelo used a pussy for that. I don't respect that move whatsoever. And as a boxer, as a fighter, as a Mexican warrior, I don't respect that move. But I do see your point on why you want that fight. Because if I was in your shoes, I would do the same. I would want my money, guys. So those are my thoughts. Sorry that I keep ranting, keep talking. I apologize. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash the like button. Subscribe, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe, guys. And then hit me with comments down below on your thoughts. Tell me what you guys thought I missed. If you guys don't think I'm right about this, trust me, I'm a Canelo hater, guys. But I'm trying to be unbiased for this video, guys. So I hope you guys see that I genuinely try to break this down. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts. Till next time, guys. Peace.